From TD Garden, I'm Josue Pavon alongside Bobby Manning, where the Boston Celtics just beat the Blazers 115-93, returning to their winning ways after a 3-game skid. Bobby, what's your main takeaway from this one? I mean, obviously it was important for them to snap this losing streak, but what did you see out of the Celtics that we haven't seen all week?
Good second unit involvement, and we can get to Tatum later. He was excellent, but he gets off the ball early.
Yeah.
Horford, White, do some good things with it. You get that 10-point burst from Horford, but the second unit, excellent. And Joe Mazzulla got a good opportunity to play Derek White extended minutes, played Brogdon extended minutes, even though he wasn't great tonight. And White has this huge game with Smart in foul trouble. Smart only ends up playing 22 minutes, which is something we've kept an eye on. What's that backcourt shake-up rotation going to be like? And that's the only time Joe Mazzulla has really gotten away from Smart is with foul trouble.
Well, that was a good thing about this one, right? I mean, having the fourth quarter of garbage time, guys sitting on the bench, resting up. We got a 6-game road trip ahead of them. You know, that's sort of what you want to see, especially when you see the Celtics handle a team like this and they don't give up a big lead. That's certainly been the trend all week long.
Yeah, and they need a get-right game. 27th ranked Portland defense, a good opportunity to have a massive night. They go 6 of 10 from 3 to start. They fade a little bit in that second quarter, and they just end up over 36%. Yeah. That's the line I see for them. If they're above 36% from 3, they're probably going to win. If they're below it, they haven't won many of those since the All-Star break, since the second half of the season started.
And Jason Tatum finishing with a team-high 30 points in this game. Again, this is a must-win, I felt like, for the Celtics team. Certainly rewrites the ship. And you think about what Malcolm Brogdon had to say after the loss to Cleveland. This was their mindset going into this one. And even though, like you said, he didn't have the greatest game, the team overall certainly delivered that message. Yeah,
and I thought they moved the ball well early. They started taking a lot of spot ups, especially Tatum into the second and third. But they hit him tonight. Good shooting night overall. I don't think it's anything that makes you think all their issues are solved. In fact, they let the Blazers in it a handful of times to the teens. And even at halftime, we were saying, 15, I don't know how we feel, but they go on a run. Fourth quarter ends up being some garbage Geno time. Need that rest before a West Coast trip.
Definitely.
And it sets a tone. You couldn't bring a losing streak into a tough game in Atlanta, tough games later in the trip. Not Houston. I wasn't going to go there. But
right.
Overall, just a feel-good night, and they needed it.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And this walk-off segment is brought to you by our good friends over at HelloFresh. Head over to HelloFresh.com/Garden60 where you can save 60 or get 60% off, rather, of some delicious meals, and whatever you're into, okay, whether it's vegetarian, whether you want a protein-based, plant-based diet, HelloFresh has got you covered. Take advantage of this. Trust me, it's well worth it. That's HelloFresh.com/garden. Freshest vegetables, ingredients, everything you need to make the best meals, and I can't say enough about it. That's HelloFresh.com/Garden60. Bobby, what else is another takeaway from this game? Obviously, they built out this big lead, but a lot of people are still going to be wondering what's going on with Grant. Are you still concerned about this? Is this temporary? Is he permanently out of the rotation? He did start the fourth quarter, but like I said, there was a lot of garbage time in that fourth quarter. It wasn't a staple of Joe Mazzulla's rotation, whereas someone like Blake Griffin was.
Well, Joe didn't say much about it pregame. He said it's going to take time for him to get back in form. You know, Jared White's reporting today that Grant's dealing with an elbow injury, muscle around the elbow, some nerve stuff there.
That's right, he did put that out.
So we'll see. We'll hear from him tonight probably on that to some degree. And Sam Hauser, who ends up playing his minutes, was excellent. 3 quick shots for him in the rhythm offensively. He hits them all, gets a couple free throws going around a Blake screen. I thought he and Blake connected well. Rotation solid tonight. They defended great, the groups that Mazzulla put out there, and they moved the ball, which they needed.
Yeah,
and Grant,
that was big.
You know, he played 44 against the Knicks on Sunday. Played a big role against Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, so he's in and out. I wish we could see him more consistently because I think he is an every night player. But we'll see what Joe ends up doing with them. And I'll ask again post-game what's going on there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, you know what? You can stay tuned for that. Of course, post-game coverage, Bobby's going to ask Joe Mazzulla, and, of course, plenty more, including the Celtics post-game show, and plenty more reaction from this game. And this segment is also brought to you by our good friends over at Athletic Greens. Head over to athleticgreens.com/garden and get a year's supply of vitamin D. 5 free travel packs, probiotics, something for your gut health, a little bit of everything for your health, and you don't have to take multiple products, right? It's just one scoop of it into your water once a day, and you'll feel the effects within less than a week. I promise you that. That's athleticgreens.com/garden. I am Josue Pavon. He is Bobby Manning. Plenty more coming at you from TD Garden. Stay tuned. The Boston Celtics snapped their 3-game lose streak with a win against the Portland Trail Blazers. We'll be back with more.